Works, but we got to add the theater here, by the way. So LSBN and we can do our shows here on the block.
I'm real. Any fight with
Pretty
the
sick
PD is
spot.
impossible.
Yep. Yeah.
It's really, I don't know, nothing you can fucking do. You're fighting way too many of them to begin with.
Is anybody injured? Do we need to save anybody, bro?
Tons of people are down.
Oh, for real?
Randy, I think. Charles.
Randy.
Oh shit! Are they all inside the compound?
Yep.
A little bleachy went down.
Oh fuck's sake, bro!
I have an RPG that we could find in the middle of the compound.
Oh, that sounds great.
But I need to go get it, and it's in those.
Bro, listen, I could drive in circles and bait them, and then, you know, when they all behind me, just shoot them, bro. Easy.
And crash a plane into them and parachute out last minute.
Hey, bro, do they have a helicopter landed on the top of our compound, or is that our heli?
Our heli, that's our heli.
Oh, okay.
I think we do is take Wu Chang and then move from there, but that's, you said it's covered in it. We already took Wu Chang, they'll probably leave someone up there.
Yeah,
I got a feeling they left, bro. I'll double check now.
I heard him breach the door, the explosive.
Yeah, there's still lights at the front. You're right, bro. There's 2 cars here still. There's 50 cops on duty? Oh my god, dude. We really need these gun changes to come in. That way that Air 1 is fucking destroyed and it won't be quite as easy.
Intercepted by Wu Chang right now, solo.
Imagine, I doubt there's 50 here though. It does look like there's at least 20, 30 plus though. Look at these guys, they're fucking rats. Like 5 cars will just swarm you if you go near it. Either way seems impossible. No. If you can take down Air 1, I actually think with how potato cops are, we could definitely fuck them up. But this heli is literally a permanent UAV, right?
Everywhere.
So we have the luxury of being undercover and they can't shoot me right now, right? So I can shoot somebody. I can shoot somebody, leave, come back. But because of Air 1, it makes the risk of this much higher. But if Air 1 doesn't exist because of you know, it actually being a risk, 6 people doing this is actually insane. Because they're not allowed to shoot us unless they verify that we are a shooter, right? So we get to initiate every single gunfight in the situation if we do it right. The UAV is definitely what makes it completely insane. Hopefully on next restart, the Dragunov is enough to you know, get them worried. Half the time they just shoot. Oh, I don't worry. I'm the same, Chad. Trust me. I've been shot without them confirming it's me. So that's usually when I like pit them randomly after I've, you know, pit them 17 times in 17 different cars. You know what I mean? Like it definitely happens to me. I know I'm not stupid, but it obviously happens less.
They're all leaving Little Seoul right now. No, actually, they turned back around. My bad.
The Banshee incident. Yeah, I mean, I could have sued them for that, to be honest, but I just can't be fucking bothered, dude. Oh, I see no, you're trying to help and waiting to shoot. Yeah. But you've got, dude, the Dragunov in the update is going to be pretty insane, I think. It's not going to be very good versus a person unless you headshot. So it's just, so basically what I've done is I've decreased the damage it does on a flesh shot to a person. If you shoot them in a vital spot like the head, pretty much only the head, they will still take the same damage they used to. So you pretty much got to 1 or 2 tap people always if it's a headshot. but the range is almost doubled. Obviously the damage fall off is going to be considerable for that extra range, but it's enough that you'll be hitting the helicopter pretty accurately almost always.
You guys good?
So it will turn in their free UAV into something that is, you know, a little bit easier to
Like
manage.
PDA, huh?
Just you got to remember, guys, we have the control of the upper building, and the only reason they ever get onto that is because of their helicopter, right? If their heli isn't there, they have to breach in unsecure areas where we can absolutely fuck them, and we have the eyes.
I think there's no point.
It outranges ARs. Yeah, it outranges every gun.
Dead and we just fall back.
They're quote-unquote snipers. That's the idea. They gotta weigh a lot though, so they gotta weigh like 70 weight instead of 40. So you're not gonna be able to carry a lot of armor. So the idea is if you're carrying one of these guns, you're gonna carry less utility items. So you're more of a glass cannon in a way. They also can't be silenced. RDM guns? I mean, every gun's an RDM gun. Bro, they all around this fucking tow truck, bro. Like 7 cop cars, bro. How many of you guys are out there, Dad? You guys all dead, or what you do, bro?
We all left.
We don't want the perfect balance. That's the thing. We want cops to win. We legitimately want cops to win majority of the time, but right now it's air one is impossible, so it's not a majority, it's always, and it's just not fun. Like, we couldn't even do a getaway if we wanted to, you know what I mean? Trying to scoop up our homie over a little fence, jumping over it, picking them up and dipping, air one's gonna see it and it can't be killed. It's literally a god mode UAV, and that's why it needs a change. What's up, bro?
What's going on at the compound? I woke up and they made me get GSR tested before I could even leave.
We on radio 45. They fucking clapping everybody, bro.
All right.
I think
Why?
they're gonna
What is
start
this over?
dipping soon. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened exactly, bro.
All right, I'll hop on the radio.
Okay, see you soon, bro.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, thank you for the 50 gifted, dude. Appreciate it, man. But we'll see how that changes the dynamic of everything. I feel like it's going to prevent the whole police, because I think with what the helicopter does for the police is it gives them overconfidence, and they play like they know they have expendable lives, because they have a UAV to tell them pretty much that. Whereas if we get to the point where the UAV's out, every corner they go through is going to be a dark corner, right? And we as criminals have the advantage of peeking right corners or peeking over roofs and shit like that. So I think it will drastically change not only the speed in which they push, but how they push effectively. It'll be interesting to see how it works, but I wanted to do it before the update, just so we can get an idea of how it changes things, because I definitely don't want the server to be like, we've had 3 shootouts with cops in 3 days. Okay, they've all become stagnant in a way that criminals can't do a thing. So this might open up more avenues for escaping or the police retreating, because it's not as they won't be as confident, you know what I mean? And hopefully we can get back to more of a point where cops want to chase, criminals want to leave, but I think we've over nerfed it, because you can't, it's hard to pick up criminals and put them in a car. It's hard to move them, you know. Everything's a little more fucky than it was, say, like 2 months ago. And it's not just a product of there's too many cops. The mechanics we've changed as developers have also affected everything about this. You know, before you could roll up into a middle packet of cops, F1 escort, put in car instantly. You know what I mean? Now it all takes 10 seconds to do that, and you get tased 73 times. So that in itself is also a product of why cops have become stronger as well. So we'll see what this change does. If it doesn't put it where we want it to be, it will get addressed again. But it's not worth. So for you guys that are just like forehead nerf the cops or something, it's one little thing can actually change quite a lot, especially with a group like CG. And I'll be surprised if CG don't go to a point where they just poop on cops pretty comfortably when Air 1 starts getting decimated. And I think that's what it might be like until police adapt to it. And if that doesn't work, then we can look at different, you know, scenarios and shit. Is there a limit on helis? It's not gonna matter, dude. I think they have a limit of 2. So if one gets shot down, that's when they're allowed to bring out another one. It has to get shot down, right? But that second one with these guns shouldn't really matter. They're probably gonna be like, okay, these guys have fucking sniper rifles. I don't know if Air 1 is valuable at this point. We got to lose 2 or 4 cops pretty quickly. So. But the Dragunov's also being headshot oriented will, I think, make criminals become a lot stronger as well, because when you're a criminal, if you're sitting on a roof like this and they don't have Air 1, you can literally poke in half a second, tap someone in the head once, go back down, and they're pretty much dead. You know what I mean? Depending on the distance, of course. So it really is going to change the dynamic quite a lot. I feel like you guys that still doubt these changes probably haven't watched much of CG over the last 5 years.
I went to sleep. Where you boys at? Oh my god, what? Where you boys at?
We're just driving around near Little Soul.
I feel like Air 1 has always been a very strong utility for police, so.
So Nova's gonna drop off a bunch of armor to our places, but she can't.
Yeah, I don't want to necessarily limit police.
Holy shit.
Dude, you've got to remember the goal of what I want in the server is for you to want to flee from police as much as possible. But there's multiple reasons as to why it isn't being effective. Oh, what's up, bro? What's up, bro?
Did you mean to drop that?
Did I drop what?
Oh, that John.
Oh, fuck are you, bro? Fuck are you, bro? It's just crazy how much PD changes when they don't have Air 1. Yep, and that's what I'm saying. You know, once these sniper rifles come out, and it will definitely change things. And the thing is with these sniper rifles, not everybody's gonna use them, so we can balance them a lot easier. You know, considering we can literally change the price of them with the click of a finger. Plus the weight, it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens. CG will take advantage, but then the police will complain. No, that's the thing. What I think will happen is CG. Sure, they'll always try and fight the police just to see what happens, right? And see if they can actually wipe them just for the challenge of it. But even if it gets to the point where criminals become stronger, I'm just going to change it so they just want to flee. Like there has to be something that makes them want to flee. And like I said before, it's not about just the power of the police force. I'm getting baby rage in the background. It's not just the power of the police force that causes this. It's the fact that criminals can't scoop up their friends anymore and shit like that. It's next to impossible to do. So we might have over nerfed that part of the situation as well. I think Anna's on Reddit with TTS enabled. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but he ain't happy, dude. He's going for a walk. He's going for a walk. He gets pretty sooky when he gets off Mama Bear.
You on the radio, Roman?
But yeah, listen, I see an issue. I'm not fucking stupid, chat, but it's one of those things that we have to balance. And you got to remember, the criminals did have it easier like 2 months ago when someone would get handcuffed. The cops have to stand there like a potato. And then 10 people would run up and unhandcuff them and just fucking put them in a car. You know what I mean? We would never get caught. Ever. Literally never. It was just too easy for criminals then. Obviously that's not a gunfight, but that was the exact intention. I want you to want to flee as the main focus. I don't want you to think I want to fight these guys. You know what I mean? That's exactly what I want it to feel like. Because in a city, IRL, you're not going to get into a fucking gunfight with cops and like fucking hold out unless you're in a house, right? And then even then you still gotta fucking die. They're gonna flashbang the shit out of you and just fucking shoot you in the face, sort of shit. I want it to feel like that sense that you just want to be escaping, essentially. Because if it's not, it becomes literally PvP, and that's a bit fucking weird. It's 2.0 shit, and we don't need that content when we got 250 people in a fucking server, you know what I mean? Like I said, occasionally it will happen, and I don't mind that, but I just don't want it to be like a constant thing. That's all. Cops need a limit for what though? Like, why do cops need a limit? What does that change? I mean, cops have had this 40 limit forever, but nobody was complaining about cops being OP up when you know, you'd watch Silent literally break out of cuffs 23 times and then fucking uncuff 17 different people just to get away.
Rami said he was handling his fucking warrant.
Like you guys have got to remember how fucking crazy it was there too, and I think that's more of the issue than what it is now. Silent could literally break anybody out of custody. That's how fucking crazy it was. But we definitely over nerfed it. But yeah, you don't want to look at it like it's a CS:GO game, right? You don't want 5v5 fucking equal flashbangs equal everything. That's not the intention at all. But yeah, obviously it's not working as intended at the moment either. But hopefully we can change that. Hopefully it's good in the next restart, actually. So what I'm hearing, all these changes are because of CG new. Wait, what? You listen. You implying that these changes are because of CG. I want you to know that I think you are fucking stupid as a human being, because you're the same fucking moron, low IQ, fucking degen cocksucker that would say the same thing if I'm on cop. Okay? Oh, this is changing because Koil's on cop seeing this. The reality is, no matter what I play, you will fucking complain about it and say it's for one side. But every time I've ever said how I want this server to be has always been the same answer. I want criminals to want to flee from crimes, okay? Every single fucking time. Doesn't matter who I play. You, my friend, are fucking stupid, all right? You are a dumb person. And I don't mean like it's some wisdom shit. Like you couldn't even go to school and become smarter. You were literally just fucking stupid, okay? You were born with like minor brain damage or something. Congrats, dude. You're like the monkey of humans. How do you flee from 40 cops? Dude, it's fucking... Honestly, it is fucking easy without Air 1. It really is, dude. It really is. The only time I ever get caught is Air 1, and that's what I'm saying. With Air 1 being gone, I think you guys will be surprised at some of the fucking rap plans people will have. And Air 1 won't be gone, but I mean, it's manageable. Honestly, when was the last time you saw the boys get caught with Air 1 not being there? Just try to remember. I haven't taken away Air 1, but there's got to be ways to manage Air 1. Never, exactly. And that's why I think if after this Air 1 is utilized a little better, it'll have to be utilized better. It's actually going to become somewhat more balanced. You know, if you're getting flown, because you're not going to want to carry a Dragunov around with you. It's going to weigh 73 or something like that. And this gun right here is like 15. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be able to carry a Dragunov and like 2 armor or some shit with my other stuff. And it's not going to be something you'll have all the time. So when you do a meth run, you're probably going to, one of your setups will probably be shooting from a building and taking out Air 1 with Dragunovs, or trying to take it out, which will force it to go back and smoke, or depends how good the shooters are. And that will be your getaway time there, rather than shooting it now and, like, you know, 99% of your bullets miss, and you're just depressed because you wasted like fucking $5,000 in ammo just spraying at the fucking sky. Just be patient, Padawans. Trust me, it'll definitely change more than what some of you guys think. Are you limiting how high they can fly? Well, they can only fly so high before you don't render in players, and that's 420 units. So if they go, so the range of the Dragunov was 200. It's got to go to 350, so it's almost doubled. But there's still a leeway of 70 units in which they can fly in between to keep an eye on somebody. But for them to keep inside that range, they have to be pretty much right above the target. Otherwise, you know, once it becomes angled, look, I'll show you what I mean. It's hard to explain, but okay. So this is target here on ground. This is the 420 units maximum. If they are flying here, as they get further away, it's going to scale off. You know what I mean? Because of, you know, the fucking thing. So if this car's going this way at like fucking 200 miles an hour, the helicopter's going to have to fall back to a place like this to manage keeping an eye on it, right? So that means people that were here will be able to shoot it. You understand? That's why instead of it being I can only shoot this high, it is now I can shoot anywhere in this bracket as well, pretty much. Well, actually, no, that's not right. It's gotta be pretty much this high. But that creates this system. Instead of it being like fucking I have to be like, you know, here to shoot them sort of thing. Because the helicopter would never be here. It's never gonna fly on the street. You know what I mean? So that's why the Dragunov should become way more effective, and a good pilot will also be very important for the police, because they will have to fucking stay on this sort of system here the entire time. Otherwise, they're going to be losing eyes and shit. Obviously, this isn't going to be perfectly balanced, so we can change it. We might have to decrease the shooting range or increase it, whatever. We'll work it out though. But I feel like the 70 units is like this sort of window. You know what I mean? They'll be able to fly in. But, you know, this car's going to be turning, you know, doing weird shit, going up hills, down hills. There's got to be buildings that they can drive past, which will then put them into shooting range. There's a lot of little systems that will be able to worked out by criminals, but also the police will have to understand like where their safe zones are and shit like that as well. But yeah, like right now, this would be as far as you could shoot with any rifle or SMG and shit. And this is where the helicopter could sit. So it's like, you know, the difference is insane. You saw K put 3 clips into a stationary heli and it didn't even start smoking. Yeah, you gotta want to aim for the rear rotor. All the so it's gonna be the same for criminals though. So the M4 and the Draco had old weapon damage modifiers to vehicles. So if we use the Draco, it would smoke the helicopter. If they use the M4, it would smoke ours. But their common gun is the M4, and we rarely use Dracos. But now all guns are down to 0.2, so they do 20% damage to a vehicle, except for the Dragunov and the M14, which is the SWAT weapon or the sniper for civs, and that is 35%. But it's going to shoot further, so it might actually be worth shooting the pilot instead of the vehicle itself, because headshots are still going to do 4 to 6 times multiplier. So it might take a couple of shots, but if you shoot a helicopter pilot in the face, at max range, it will probably be enough to deplete the armor, which would cause a bleed. So if they don't, you know, IFAC and all that sort of shit, they're fucked. But then you got to have 3 people with Dragunovs or 4 people with Dragunovs in big scenes, and if they all just shoot the rear rotor at the same time, or, you know, if I just park here and the heli has to sit above me, what are they going to do? Someone's going to be on this building behind me, right? And they're going to be in range of the helicopter because it has to stay there to see what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I'll draw it again with what I mean. And this is why the pilot's going to have to work out so much more shit. If I'm a civ, and this is my car, I come into Little Seoul. This is the building, okay? Obviously, it's not right next to it. The helicopter has to stay in that zone, this sort of zone here, to see this vehicle, because this is its sight range of 400 meters or whatever. So these guys here will have a shot on this, whereas if they were here, it would only reach to like here. You see what I mean? So it's just gonna create like strategies for high depths and shit like that, hills, whatever as well. So compounds will become stronger, but the police will also know we drive into a compound like this, the helicopter's probably gonna fall back and just watch the entrance. You know what I mean? And then they'll surround the area. So it becomes way more tactical for the police instead of just like, I have a UAV 24/7 sort of thing. And that's what it should be like, in all honesty. That's literally what it should be like. Opinions on the op breach? You can show me the clip again. I can't really remember what happened, but I think from what I remember, it was potato. It shouldn't have happened. If it's the one I think it was. Oops. You gotta have faith, guys. I know it's hard to balance things when we do changes like instantly without seeing shit happen. So, oh, what's up, bro? What you do, bro?
But yeah, these guys actually
I don't even
can't
need
fucking aim.
You want me to do 49? Man,
Okay.
pull up on us on the outside of the courthouse.
Yeah, I got hit literally once.
You guys, what happened, bros?
Courthouse, someone tried to ambush us. I think you manned them.
Oh, where you at, bro?
Courthouse?
Okay, I on the way, bro.
They're at the hospital across.
I'm gonna repair my car.
Hard to balance. Well, we're balancing in a way
Well,
that
just them on
cops are
them.
meant to win still. You understand? So it is difficult
Is that them or?
because you don't want them to be like whitewashing
Rocco's car
them
parked outside.
at the same time. I just saw 2 vehicles sort of leaving, bro, and yeah, that is Tato vehicle, bro.
Is that you in the Evo right up front?
Yeah, that's me, bro. I just saw two doors
On the jewelry
leaving.
store roof. Get out of here and find them.
You think the biggest issue was animating cops to the turf? It's okay. It's okay. I don't think anybody did anything wrong. I'm just saying, like, I know
Then he got burned.
the balance isn't where I want it to be in terms of my perception of it. And I know a lot of you Redditors and YouTubers, when I say balance, you think I mean I want it balanced in a way where it's even. That isn't the balance I'm going
He's
for.
fine. He didn't do nothing. He got shot down.
Yeah.
Yeah, does he have a strap on him?
I do want cops to be overpowered in certain ways,
PSR negative. He got killed in his car.
but also weak in certain ways. But
Where you guys
yeah.
at? Come to the jewelry store?
Yeah, I'm here.